Hi, I'm here to discuss my findings from my analysis of the Google Merchandise Store through Google Analytics. In order to analyze the data, I decided to choose 6 areas of study. These include audience demographics, new versus returning users, channels, browsers, devices, and finally, engagement. So for the audience, I chose to focus on age and gender demographics, the basics. Even knowing the basics can give you a lot of insight into what the data is trying to tell you. The data that shows for age, 25 to 34-year-old consumers dominate the website at 35.28% of users, and consumers ranging in age from 18 to 24 years old make up 29.80% of users. This shows that people are using the Google Merchandise Store are mostly able to fall into the millennial demographic. It might be beneficial for the Google Merchandise Store to look into this aspect if they want to start marketing to an older demographic in general, or if they want to increase the sessions on their website. Another thing I gathered from the audience demographic information was that 72.9% of users are male. That was super interesting for me to find out because they only make up about 50% of the market. It makes me wonder where all the females are. This is something that the Google Merchandise Store should look into because obviously there's something either attracting more males or repelling females from the site, which is a problem. Next, I analyzed the new versus returning users of the site. I always say there's only 2 ways to make money in a business: obtain more customers or make current customers come back. So the information that I gathered on new versus returning users was not very impressive to me. The data showed that the new users accounted for 83.23% sessions, whereas returning users only made up about 16.77%. This shows that there's a small number of users that actually come back onto the website, which is not good at all. They should probably try to implement a strategy to get users to return to the site. Next, I looked at channels, and I analyzed the channels used to find the Google Merchandise Store. The king of this data, which didn't surprise me at all, was social media. Social media rose by 450.5% since the previous recording, and there's a huge increase in the world of analytics, and it should not be overlooked. As far as browsers, I found that the browser mostly used to find the Google Merchandise Store was Google Chrome, which also doesn't surprise me because people that use Google products are more likely to use other Google products or services. Um, After that, they're followed by Safari, which also doesn't really surprise me because most Apple products, or all Apple products, have Safari on them, and I think that that's maybe why it follows so closely behind Google Chrome. Next, I looked at devices. So, after analyzing the browsers, I thought it was important to look at what devices people were using. The desktop computer still ranked highest, which was kind of surprising because a lot of people use their phones today for more than just texting and calling. Um, Desktops are dominating at 84.85%, and although that it seems like a lot of people use their phone, it's actually only 13.09% for Google Merchandise Store. This is important to know because maybe the Google Merchandise Store isn't mobile friendly, so it needs a review of their website and maybe their design on their mobile views of their site. Finally, I looked at engagement on the website of users between users on the website. I feel like it's super important to analyze, and I'm glad I did. There were 70,710 sessions that lasted from 0 to 10 seconds long, followed by 14,074 at 31 to 60 seconds long. And then after that, there's 13,913 at 61 to 180 seconds long. That's a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. This is very alarming. Most users only spend 10 seconds at most on their website. It could be an issue of accessibility, user friendliness, organization, or just general eye appeal. If they don't like the way it looks or they don't think that this is what they're looking for, they're gonna click off of it right away. You really have to capture those customers. I think that my areas of study in this analysis flow very well together. The channels, devices, browsers, and engagement work very closely together, and then demographic and new versus returning users are directly correlated. And also the information that I found through this analysis really supports each other. Nothing goes against each other. So after analyzing the activity of the Google Merchandise Store, I have a few insights. First, the Google Merchandise Store really struggles with getting users to return to their site. They have a lot of new users, but not a lot of those new users actually come back, and that's a problem. I feel like they don't utilize social media as much as they could, or as much as they should, also, because it's a huge market today. I also feel like there are significantly less females that use the site than males, and that's a huge part of the market and a huge part of the world that the Google Merchandise Store is missing. So, going off of that, some recommendations that I can provide based on these insights include developing incentives for people to come back to their site, such as loyalty programs, promotions, or like having people sign up with their email and sending them emails to remind them to come back or give them special offers or remind them of things that are going on. Utilize various forms of social media to reach out to their market. They could use Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, any of the ones that any age really is using. Everybody's using social media, and every business should be using social media to reach out to customers. Finally, I would advise the Google Merchandise Store to advertise more to women. I mean, not that they are a woman-oriented business, but they're missing a huge chunk of the market by having so little women on their website relative to men. And I feel like women are being largely underserved right now, and it would be beneficial for them to cater to women more. So that was my report on my findings on analysis of the Google Merchandise Store. I hope that my recommendations will help grow the traffic on the website and just help the company grow in general.